790 The Ticket. It is Tobin and Leroy. We take you up until 10 o'clock today. Look at our wounds today, Leroy. The Heat are down 3-1 in the NBA Finals to the LA Lakers. They lost yesterday 102-96. Although I texted you guys immediately. I said, a Tyler Hero 3, did that cover?
Yep.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Backdoor.
Me and Robbie were texting the same thing at the same time. Backdoor cover.
Because I remember when LeBron went to the line, I was like, oh, man, that's got to suck. Because I always think of the scene of from Hardball with Keanu Reeves and him just sitting outside the bar watching the Bulls play the Heat, and then they go to the free throw line, and it's about to ruin his life. I was like, oh, man, imagine that ruined your life. And then Tyler Hero comes back. I was like, oh, imagine if that saved your life. That must be the best. No legs getting broken.
Yeah,
They never make that three in the end of the game like that.
Oh, it happens all the time. You watch Scott Van Pelt's bad beats?
No, let me tell you. Usually they don't shoot it. 10 seconds, game's over.
The winning team is not going to shoot it. The winning team's going to dribble the clock out.
All right.
The losing team, they just want to get pride in and get a shot in. But the Heat were on the right. The Heat were the right side. They were within the cover pretty much the whole game. It would have been a bad beat had the Heat not covered.
Right.
By some free throws.
Yeah. So, yeah, they lost yesterday, 102-96. Obviously, they have a very tall task ahead of them, being down 3-1. This has only been done once, and the guy who did it is on the other side of the floor. So
he's owed one. He's owed one.
I'm not here. It happened twice this postseason.
Yep.
And I'm not, because I'm telling you right now, I was saying the same thing when LeBron was down 3-1. Hey, man, all they got to do is win one.
Yeah,
win the next one.
There's no going to LA or any of that type of stuff. It's still just going to be in a bubble. But it's a very tall task. Like, look, they're a very good team, and I thought that yesterday, at the end of that game, my biggest, there was a lot of takeaways from Heat fans yesterday. I know there's a lot of Heat fans who want to, complain about why is Kendrick Nunn playing so much all of a sudden? Why did Kelly Olynyk go from playing all these minutes to playing 12 minutes?
Where's Myers?
Where's Myers Leonard? Where's all this stuff? And, all of that's great and all that's fine. Why didn't Jimmy score 40 a triple-double again? But I just really thought at the end of the game, I thought that LeBron and Anthony Davis were fantastic. I thought they made some crazy, crazy shots.
That fadeaway on the baseline.
Yep.
Or the worst
Jimmy all over him
is the LeBron 40-foot house money shot because he either makes it or it's such a long rebound that they end up getting the rebound.
Well, he had one of the. That's the thing is, he had one of those games yesterday in the first half where he was kicking it all over the place again, and it really was until he started making his threes. That he kind of settled down into things.
Which never happens.
Yeah.
Usually it's the opposite. He takes it to the rim and then gets froggy and starts shooting threes.
So their stars were amazing. The Heat stars were good. Their stars in fourth quarter played like the two best players in the series. And I think that opened things up at the end with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Because you have your two best defenders now, obviously trying to shut them down. And Kentavious Caldwell-Pope goes, blowing past this role player, whoop, and then Rajon Rondo blowing past Dunks, and Bam's kind of shook because he doesn't know if he's going to kick it out to one of the stars, and those two big layups which were huge, and that's kind of all she wrote. It was a tough one, but and the other big thing is they put Anthony Davis on Jimmy to end things up. Did a great job there. He's one of the best defenders in the league. And so, yeah, man, my big takeaway was from yesterday at the end of things is, there's plenty of things you can question along the way. The Heat were in it. It really swung when Jimmy, missed a go-ahead three. They go down to the other end. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope hits a three.
Right.
And then they were kind of playing catch.
They never
made it up from there.
Yeah, they never miss a corner three.
The Ray Allen corner has been money for them.
Whether it's Kuzma, whether it's Pope, or whether it's Markieff, they never miss a corner three.
I would say this: if you're wondering why certain guys don't play and why you have other guys in, one, because they decided to go with as many shot creators as they could to put more pressure on Laker defense.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is there certain guys, if you put on the floor, keep in mind, the Lakers' bigs are athletic. and athletically they couldn't keep up. So if you put them in the game, it's a nice story, but they're going to get blown by.
Yeah, I guess, but it's a strange thing to think about the games that Kelly had the last two, and I get it. He is, when it comes to Kelly Olynyk, I mean, he is one of the most Jekyll and Hyde players there are, and maybe Spo's just like not a Kelly night. I don't know, because I there's definitely nights where you just look at just like this dude ain't got it, and then there'll be nights where you're like, damn, this guy's a good player.
Yeah, but when you need it got to the point in that game where you had to do anything you could to get stops. Right?
Sure, but I don't know how Kendrick Nunn helps that. It was a lot of Kendrick Nunn. I get you. I know.
Well, it depends on who he was guarding though.
He's not
like.
Would
you trade?
He's never guarding anybody. He's never guarding anybody. He's the size of a garden gnome.
I mean, all right.
Well, question for you guys.
You got who you got.
Yeah, but Kendrick Nunn didn't lose them the game. I mean, he didn't do a lot to help them win the game. You
about to give him the old Ryan Tannehill? He was fine.
He's fine. He wasn't. No. He
wasn't fine.
He wasn't fine. He stunk.
All right.
And I don't understand why he's so short on everything. It's like every one of his baskets, it's like they don't even come close. It's like you almost got to change the rim to like play school size for him. I don't know what the deal is. This dude was a really good scorer. This guy's averaging 16 points a game.
Right.
Hey,
how about this stat? I don't know how accurate it is, but a texter just put it on there.
Let me hear it.
Lakers are now 56-0 when leading going into the fourth quarter this year.
Yeah, that was
I saw that during the game. They put that up.
Jeez.
Fourth quarter was big for them, especially with the fouling. That was kind of that was really the Heat's elixir throughout the whole game, as they were getting to the free throw line. Lakers were hitting threes, and that kind of actually flipped in the fourth quarter, where the Heat were getting better from downtown. They were hitting some big shots, even some wild ones like that. That Duncan Robinson off the glass, and Jay Crowder after a crazy exchange. Who the hell said
the Lakers couldn't shoot the three?
They haven't been. That's not their thing. But they've outshot the Heat this entire series.
Corner threes.
That right there. If you can go to one thing, because they say in order to win a championship, you have to improve and be better at one phase of your game. Mm-hmm. There has to be an anomaly to say, whether it's, the Heat all of a sudden out rebounding the Lakers, or the Heat having more paint points, or something like that.
Or Jimmy Butler having
to be the Lakers.
Or Jimmy Butler having a 40-point triple-double.
Right. But it needs to be done. I'm talking about at the end of the series, you're going to look back and say, you know what? They had LeBron, they had AD. They did the things they normally do, but they really shot the three well. And that is going to be the thing that is going to stand out for me, is that to the point where sometimes they shoot it too much.
Yeah. Well, and I think that they've been... they're playing 9 guys. We're playing 8, but we're really playing 7.
Right.
And so their role guys have been better in this series. Now, they've also our role guys also had to step up in roles, in much bigger roles. Like last night was the biggest game of the series. The absence of Goran Dragic was very clear. You're just like, man, we really could use Gogi here. Right. And, the news came out yesterday that he's trying to work out and warm up before the game. They're showing footage of him working out with Chris Quinn. He looks just like, dude, I appreciate the effort. He's such a G. But he doesn't even look close to himself.
But remember what we were talking about with Crowder yesterday. Okay. You're going to go out there. You're going to put on a good show, right? You're going to show that
your teammates.
It's important to you. And then the organization and team going to step in and say,
yeah.
Right? And then that's, we can all see it. And it's almost like you do that so people won't think that you're soft.
I thought it was crazy when I heard the report that he was going to even try. I was like, what?
Right. Of course. You know what? They miss. There's moments in the game where you could tell the team's young,
Yes.
right? And that's what Gogi probably, brings to the table more than anything.
Well, I think
is that
you're putting the like, because they were putting so much more pressure on Jimmy yesterday, and
they were just daring him to shoot. He couldn't get to the rim like he wanted to.
And I think with Tyler, they're putting the ball in Tyler's hands more because Goran's out, and it's funny because it's like you have quarters 1 through 3 Tyler Hero, and then you have fourth quarter Tyler Hero, because like he's kicking the ball all over the place in the first 3 quarters, and then he turns into a superhero in the fourth. I don't quite know what happens to him.
Did you see he shot a shot? By the time he landed, it was
crazy.
in the tunnel.
It was wild.
Or the big moon shots. Like he's talented, but that's where he can improve is that look, man, if you're gonna have this role on this team, the one thing that you will say about the Stars on both sides, right, is when they're having their best game, they have 5-10 assists and no turnovers. And that's what separates those guys, those facilitators, from a lot of the other guys. So you look at Rondo, you look at Jimmy, you look at when Jimmy's going, he doesn't turn the ball over, makes good plays all the time. And so Tyler has to get to that point, because what'll happen is, what good is a ball handler if you're having 5, 6, 7 turnovers?
As far as your Miami Heat's concerned, it's not impossible. This is a bubble. All right, don't have to go on the road and give the Lakers this chance to clinch in your face in front of Jack Nicholson, and Rihanna's not going to be there. Oh, by the way, where was Riri? I thought like she was supposed to be in the virtual fans. I didn't see her.
Oh, they brought her up.
I heard them brought her up, but I didn't see her on the virtual screen. They were making a big deal out of that. Either way, so there is that. You're not going on the road, but also look, I think Jimmy said it well, that they knew that they were going to have to play perfect to beat this team. They played well yesterday. They did not play perfect, and at the end, when it came to those big shots, just right at the end, especially that Jimmy Butler 3, where he tries to put the Heat on top, and then he misses, and it goes to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, but he hits it. That hurt. It hurt, and there were a couple possessions too where they make great defensive stops, can't get the rebound, or LeBron James takes a terrible 3, gets a long rebound that just gets right to Rajon Rondo. Those are killers, because you feel like you do a good job on a possession, and you come up empty-handed and you give them a fresh set. So, it was a disappointing loss. It was definitely the most noticeable loss without Goran Dragic yesterday. And their stars played fantastic. Anthony Davis was an absolute behemoth on defense. He swallowed up Jimmy Butler. He was all over the place. And it's going to be a tall task ahead of you. You knew this was going to be a tall task going into this finals, but it's still not over yet, Leroy. I still hold out hope. Give them a couple days off, get that win in their back pocket. Let's just go take 5. We call this pride win. Make it a long series win, and then anything can happen. For right now, pride season on the line on Friday.
You're already calling it pride? Like,
it's pride because at first you have to look at this as winning the series game by game, Leroy. Game by game, Leroy. You take the large scope of it, you got to win 3. Right now, what do? We're making this way. We come in on Friday. This is the message, Leroy. Hey, let's let the Lakers know they're in for the long haul. All right? They're going to go out there. They're going to think that champagne's on ice. They're going to think that they're going to be popping bubbly. All right? Tell them to put it in the fridge. All right? Maybe they can have some Michelob Ultras that night, courtesy of Jimmy Butler. That's what you got going on.
Can't win 3 in a row until you win 1.
Texter writes in, there was a game where Rondo was 3 for 4 from 3, and I was like, what the F?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, who's going to be that guy for the Heat?
I was hoping to be.
Who's going to be the guy?
I was hoping to be Dunks. Dunks, bro.
Yeah, but you just need Dunks to be who he's always been. That's my whole point. Like, the Lakers are shooting the three better than the Heat. That can't happen.
Tex writes in, maybe we can't win without Goran. It was the most noticeable game without Goran yesterday. The mind, they could have used him. They could have used him bad, but he's not here. He's not coming back, bro. He's not coming back.
Is he?
Nah, come on, Robbie.
I mean, wasn't he warming up with the intent to play yesterday?
He was warming up with the intent to play, but
Look,
he was like,
look,
he was
hey,
he
man.
was in tears.
Hey. Look, I'm a Gogi fan, but I'm telling you what the deal was. He wanted to go out there and show everybody, not saying that he wasn't being sincere, that I'm doing everything I can to play. Leave it at that.
Even if it's
You knew he wasn't going to play.
It's also a good thing, even from a morale thing, because if you do think Goran's if you think he's in that mode, Leroy, of he's trying to play, give your team a little pep in your step. Be like, hey, we win this. Maybe Gogi is coming back.
Right.
You know?
Yup. But we knew beforehand. Let's not sit here and act like if you watch that and say, ooh, let's see, Gogi's got a chance to play, you're an idiot.
It almost seemed too good to be true when
it was too good to be true.
But Shams hit me with a bomb. He goes, sham bomb, Gogi warming up with the intent to play. I was like, what?
Dude, are you kidding me?
You broke the COVID for the president. You broke that news.
He's not close to the situation. He's doing that from afar.
Shams, what are you talking about? He's literally like he's putting out quotes from secret players union calls.
Let me ask you a question. You really thought Gogi had a chance to play?
Here's the thing. You always got to. No, can I explain? Can I explain?
Sure.
Okay. You can never count out Slovenia. I never know. X Factor. Maybe I'm telling you. When I saw that, it was the first thing I thought of was just like Slovenia, man. It's different.
Hey.
Well, guess what? It's not Slovenia, right?
Maybe it is Slovenia. Maybe back for Game 5.
Torn.
Snapped.
Foot.
Just put a piece of tape
Snapped
over it. It's fine.
Foot. Put some tape over it.
I'm sorry. I just keep picturing
Listen, Gogi is crafty. He's never been fleet of foot anyway. And you're going to injure a foot?
I keep picturing, here's what I think. I picture Zoki calling him up from Slovenia, and he goes, hey, brother, how's family? He's good. And then in the background I hear, is that Goran? Yes, Grandpa. Tell him to butch up.
You are the worst, man. You're the worst.
I don't know why I picture that. I just picture, and then I picture Grandmama, and she says, "Is that Goran?" Yeah. It's like, who's that, Suki? It's Grandmama. What's she saying? She say, love you, Gogi. Butch up. She say, hugs, kisses, get out there. We're up till 3:30 a.m. You tease us. We thought we'd get full night's sleep. You know, it is it.
Are you done?
What?
Are you done?
What?
The worst. Why are you doing that? It's terrible.
What?
Stop. Putting out false hope.
I didn't put out false hope. Shams did.
Oh, and you believed it, knowing what you
did.
know?
Well, it's not that I believed it. I was just like, oh. I appreciated him going out there and trying. I did.
That was the point.
Okay. But also, I can't completely rule it out.
I don't
Slovenia.
understand. I can't understand this.
Yep.
After having a 15-minute conversation with John Crotty,
yeah,
and him telling you a player's perspective on injury, and me telling you over and over again what a player's going to do in that situation. Mm-hmm. You hear the words Gogi might play and you get all excited.
Crotty's not Slovenian.
Now I know why Atlanta fans hate you because you just like your response to the 15 minutes me and Crotty telling you what an athlete does in those moments, right? Is we're not Slovenian. Wait, Slovenians don't have a plantar fascia?
I don't know. I just feel like I feel like Grandpa Gogi doesn't believe in plantar fascia.
He don't. Grandpa Gogi probably don't even know what that is.
No, he's probably just like, oh, so can you not stand? He goes, no, Grandpa, it's ligament. I have ligament. Let me give you mint, fresh breath of fresh air. Get out there. Grandpa Gogi go out. He make roads barehanded. And killed barehanded.
While sipping on this vodka? Like, come on, go all out. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Grandpa Gogi got these big, giant, like, hands that's been working on steel and rock for
man.
40 years. Right.
Man's man.
Muscle strain.
I picture like Goran, I picture Goran's grandfather. I picture him working him out like Drago did in Creed 2. Like, remember when Drago was trying to like teach his kid to work out and he chased him with the car?
I just laugh because I'm gonna tell you a story about when I was a kid, and I could understand how Gogi's grandpa could be that way. So, me and my brother got in a fight, right? And I punched him and hit him with this finger, and it went like into my hand. I was like 12 or 13, right? And it wasn't like a big fight. Like I hit him right in the forehead, which like whatever.
Yeah, it hurts.
So I go to my dad, right? Now my finger is like, he goes, "Can you move it?" I go, "Yeah." And I go like this. It ain't broke then. I'm like, what? So, like, literally it's moved, like, all the way. So he does the old TV thing and pulls it, right? Now, I'm dying. I think I'm about, like, I almost peed on myself. I'm in so much pain, right? So 2 days go by, right? Can you move it? All right, it's getting better, right? My hand swole up to the point where I was, like, trying to stop the throbbing. Right. So my mom goes, "Hey, I'm going to take him to the doctor to get this checked." So I go get x-rays or whatever. And the doc goes, "Hey, did you dislocate this?" I go, "Yeah, it was like this." He goes, "Yeah, because whoever put it back in place broke it."
Oh!
Right? So my dad broke my finger. So I just picture Grandpa Gogi doing one of those home remedies, taping it up like Ludo Groza when they used to take the little toe kick, the toe thing, and tape your heel. Right.
Grandpa, not playing finals. You know, plantar fascia, not hurt. You want plants in soup? Grandma send you soup. Make you feel better.
Right, that's it.
I don't know why I'm making Goran's grandpa too so hardcore. Maybe he's like a rocket scientist. Who knows? Maybe he's super smart.
Could be. But
I picture him as Drago, like chasing baby Gogi while Gogi's dribbling a basketball up the hills of Slovenia. He's chasing him with a car.
Let's be clear. It won't be the first time you have well, you know.